All right. So, welcome to Shadow of the Arena. This is episode 1. We got a few things to go over before we get started today. Let me first thank everybody for being here. We'll go through everybody who's playing and their characters as we get started. As you can see, we are going to be using Roll20 tonight, and we have a bunch of special stuff as well. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who is watching tonight and Norse Foundry for sponsoring us. They are going to be doing some dice giveaways through our stream and one grand prize at the end of our episode 6. We'll get into how that works with stream loots here towards the end. I will tell you there are card packs, though. These card packs can be purchased. Jimmy, did we end up giving one away to everybody who shows up? Did that end up happening?
Boss man?
It will.
KC, yeah?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I'll watch.
So everybody will get one card pack. In these card packs, there are things you can use as the crowd of the arena and the people watching the show to actually help, hinder, and affect the way the season goes, the 6-episode arc.
Please help us.
I prefer if you don't. There is going to be a little in the right-hand corner of the card. There's going to be an image that shows, for example, a building, which those cards are to be used in the arena only. Helm with laurels, that is for social scenes and social combat. Then there's the favor, which is the thumbs up and thumbs down. That can be used during the arena or during scenes if I end up calling for them. Your shield cards are played during any scene, but those involve things like weapon racks, armor, and things that can affect the players, or if you really want to help the bad guys, you can. And last is the demon logo, which is collector's items, and of course, our drawing from Norse Foundry. So today we're going to be giving away the Gladiator dice. They are a zinc alloy metal set, and we'll be doing those a few times during the series. Casey, what did we end up doing for the cards? Is it just going to be one enters you into a drawing for tonight?
As many as you play enters you as many times as you.
Oh, wow.
As many cards as you play. So there are. It's a pretty good chance of getting one, and I'm going to pass out 20 free packs here in just a second.
Excellent.
Yeah, every time you play one, that's one entry into the giveaway.
And the next thing you'll notice is we are giving also 15% off through the Norse Foundry store. Drew and the team over at Norse love what we're doing, and they wanted to do something extra. So there's going to be a link. If you click that, you can go in, you get 15% off of your purchase. Now that we got all the fun stuff out of the way, let's get into me murdering this party. I mean, running them through a game. So I'll do a quick introduction. My name is Erik Frankhouse, Iron GM Necessary Evil. Don't worry, I will not be wearing this all night. 3-time Iron winner. I love running games. I work in the industry as a cartographer and game designer. And this is going to be the first real serious stream that I had the honor of being asked to do by Wizards of the Couch. So I'm going to ask each of the people who are playing tonight to give a little bit about themselves, 1 to 2 sentences, and then 1 to 2 sentences about your character. Let's start at the bottom with the creepy goblin. Brian, want to introduce yourself for us?
Sure. So I am Brian Berg. I'm really not that different from my goblin, I think. So I'm the creative director over at Total Party Kill Games, publisher of Dark Fantasy Entertainment. Yeah, I go to tons and tons of conventions and sell books and dice, and you may have seen me sans goblin mask there, but perhaps in the future, I may be in goblin cosplay.
You're going to have to bring it with you now.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give us a little bit of info about Slurg?
Ooh, Slurg is a nasty fellow. I believe it's been said that he's nastier than a dockside brothel.
It has.
It's true.
It has been said.
He fancies himself a ladies' man because he has a very large nose.
Oh, man.
You just blow bubbles with it?
We'll not get into that yet.
All right. Next up will be KC. And tell us how to pronounce your character's name, too, so we don't butcher it for 6 episodes.
Sure. I'm Matt, go by KC Rift. I'm the owner of Virtual Cobalt Con, which is coming up here on May 1st through the 3rd. Also part of these rejects here with the Wizards of the Couch and this stream you're watching tonight. I did, just as a side note, I put out the Stream Loots free packs. So that link that says Kobold Burrow, there's 20 free packs there. So go grab them, and you can play any of those cards with, just like Erik said, at the specific times to help or hinder us. But those are available right now. My character's name is Solvik Vast, and he's a Jotun from the north. And a Jotun in this particular game is a giant. So I think 9 foot tall, mostly muscle. He's a fellow that has been kind of downtrodden and had a pretty hard life, and has managed to find his way here into the arena to try and make a name for himself, or make his way to Valhalla.
All right. Danny, the man with the creepy ass mask.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Erik. Thanks for being here, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good. My name is Danny Grimes. I'm one of the co-hosts over at Wizards of the Couch on Monday nights. And I'm also running a show on Thursday nights on the same channel called Strange Encounters. Aside from that, I do fantasy cartography and graphic art, graphic design, that kind of stuff. In this life, another life, I do completely different stuff. So that's me. But then there's also my character.
Oh my God. There it goes.
And who are you?
God Hunter of Gog. So Zox is, just a regular guy. Come from a dark, stormy, sorceress land where my mother, who was a witch, was burned alive. And now I wander the world looking to improve myself.
That's amazing.
Hey, and Danny, that mask is on loan from Glenn Danzig, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
as is my upper torso muscles.
You're right.
I bought the whole set. I got the torso muscles and the mask. Yeah.
Excellent. And then to our technical wizard over here.
Jimmy Duffy, head reject over on Praetor's Rejects, and the technical whiz here and running all the stuff in the background most of the time. I am playing the dwarf thief, blowhard, Grum Hustal Ravestein. I usually will have a cigar in my mouth, but I smoked my last one earlier today and I didn't go to the store, so that will be happening next time.
Imagine that you didn't go to the store. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I don't know why. But yes, he will be chomping on cigars. I have a scarred face from acid thrown in it a long time ago. I have come to the city and to learn the gladiator ways to get back my old life that I am searching for. And I'm a smack talker and a woman lover.
So that is our cast for the evening. We'll get more into these characters as we go into the 6 episodes. But I'm going to give the overview of what we're doing really quick. Episode 0 took place 3 months ago, and it was a quick skirmish between 2 different gladiatorial schools. One is an actual academy, the one that this group is a part of. They pay to be here. They train just as somebody would at a college. But then there was Blythe and his gnolls. And this competition was watched by the Mistress of Bone. The Mistress of Bone viewed the spectacle and decided that none of them were worthy of recruitment. She left in the shadows. Blythe, upset, his gnolls slain, left angrily, destroying part of the arena with his mass and girth. Dominus Blythe is a slave owner. He believes that gladiators are nothing more than tools to be killed, to die in his honor. Blythe is a evil man, worshiping the demon lord himself. He uses children and pups of gnolls for his dark magics, and you can see that in the image shown on screen. So we're going to move forward 3 months, and we're going to start this episode in the Familia Gladiatorium of the Academy of Gladiatorial Arts, owned by Lanista Elverix. He's a kind man, a great teacher, and taking up the mantle of what his father used to do. His father died in the arena and was once the proud owner of this gladiatorial academy. This opening scene is going to take place between the gladiators training for their Primus next month. A Primus, if you've watched Spartacus Blood and Sand, is where people are, well, gladiatorial schools are told you will be coming to fight for the honor of something. In this case, it is the right for freedom. Now, being that they're a gladiatorial school, they'll be getting paid instead of getting freedom, but these slaves will be fighting for that, to free themselves from the oppression of the arena itself and their way of life. The ring here is small. It's lined with wooden weapons for practice, and there are numerous doors that go in and out of this square arena. It feels familiar. It feels like home to these gladiators. They've fought here countless times, spilled blood of their brothers on the sand, and today it is simply training. Or at least it was training. It was training until cries and screams from outside the arena could be heard. Quickly, people who work at the ludus itself are running from all over the place out to gladiators, telling them to bear arms, that people are on their way, that it looks as if myrmidons from another school are making their way down the path. Now, I will pause us there and give you a little bit of information about Kif, the City of Blood. The City of Blood is exactly what it sounds like. They are known for entertainment. Have it be audiences watching circuses or some form of spectacle such as jousting. But the big draw, the largest, is the City of Blood in the gladiatorial combats. As you can see on the map here, there are numerous red spots, which are all their own gladiatorial schools. We, though, are down here, right above Kif on the map. Somewhere around 80 foot above into the ocean, we train as gladiators, as brother-in-arms. And the place itself is large. Numerous places to stay, classrooms to attend. You can see that it rings around the arena itself. And the cries can be heard coming from the main entrance. Now, with that said, I'm going to take us to the arena. As the screams turn into panic, as the doors get kicked open, and you can see myrmidons making their way in. With that said, I'm going to ask the group. We'll go in reverse order down the line here. What is everyone doing, and what wooden weapon are you currently training with? While you're doing that, I'm going to ditch this mask.
So, Eric, I think we should bring up a small fact.
What would that be?
None of this is scripted. We have
oh God, no
idea what you're up to.
Why would I script anything?
And folks, if you're paying attention, we're going to need your help.
About to get her ass kicked.
Yeah. We will definitely need your help.
I'll drink to that. So, Jimmy, what weapon are you practicing with in the arena?
I've got a standard old nice little wooden club that I keep around with me all the time, just flipping around, and yeah, I hit a couple of the dummies, you know, making some shots and stuff like that.
Emphasis on the little, eh?
Already started. Want to use a punching bag here in a second.
And what about you, Zax? What are you doing?
I'm using my spear.
Wooden spear. All right. KC?
Blunt.
Solvik has a giant two-handed sword.
Excellent. Excellent. For those who are wondering, there are custom art here. So this is your Solvik.
Yep.
This is our dwarf.
We showed some on the pre-roll, but there's
Excellent.
Yeah.
Such beautiful artwork.
It is awesome.
And who'd you have? Who did our artwork for us?
Phil Stone.
Oh, that was Phil Stone. PhilStoneIllustrations.com.
Excellent. And what about you, slimy little walking brothel. What do you have with you?
If I haven't caught it, it don't exist.
Oh.
My weapons of choice, a very long shiv and a buckler.
All right. So these wooden weapons that you all have, they're weighted poorly. You'll have one bane to all your rolls today because I want to start this off with a murderous bang.
Kind of like Solvik's mom.
Go figure.
That's not a murderous bang. That's a diseased bang. Not the same thing.
Weighted poorly.
Weighted poorly. Blosa is here as well. She is another AGA gladiatorial person. She is a Jotun as well, or Jotun as well. She was in the first episode 0. She's won numerous gladiatorial debuts. She's rising the rank and has already gained favor with the Crucible, which is the main organization that runs these displays. She is here as well as the screams and cries start. And the Myrmidons start to file in up top. These men are armored head to toe. Never seen them before. I haven't seen this school before. What does the group want to do?
But we're pretty confident just looking at them that it's it's another school of some sort.
If they are, they're well armored. They look like soldiers, even more than gladiators.
But
An
not
invited guest.
some sort of Keith.
No. Purple and like dark steel helms, shoulder pauldrons and arm bracers, sword and shield. Their chests have like metal rivets throughout them, but they are flesh.
As a former military commander, am I able to like size them up and determine like maybe a tactic they might be using based on their configuration and weaponry?
Absolutely. We can do our first roll that way if you'd like. Distance-wise, you're going to have one Bane because they're up a higher level and a decent distance from you.
But what about
All right.
No, God. Voice.
I don't have any ranged weapon on me. Except my looks.
Oh. He's just looking. Yeah, no one has a ranged weapon.
I'm not
Very perceptive.
I'm not seeing my roll, but I did roll a 19.
Perception, you got a 19.
Maybe the other side of the spectrum there, big boy. I see a 4.
Yeah, I see a 4. I don't know what 19 you're seeing, buddy.
It's the glasses he has on.
Hold on.
Sorry, I was in the wrong window.
It's a 19 if you turn it on its side. Maybe he was just looking at
Turn on the side, draw your own lines, make your own number. Yeah, okay, great.
What
So
I
what did you
meant
get?
to say was I rolled a 4.
Yeah, excellent. A 4. So as you're looking at them, you don't recognize them. They're military. They are coming in. The only thing you notice is they're making space for someone else to walk through. That is it. Anybody else want to do anything before we get into the main person entering?
Yeah,
lean up
I'll
against
size them up quick as well.
Okay, give me a roll. Same thing. One Bane.
Perception with one Bane, 15.
With one Bane. All right, 15. So everything in this game is a difficulty of 10. Super easy. The only time that changes is when you are dealing with defense or certain spells, but everything's a 10. So this challenge roll, you succeed. You see them lining up, and not only are they lining up, they're carrying metal weapons. They have a metal shield. Their armor is much nicer than anything you currently train within the Gladiatorium Academy. And not only that, there is a small mark, a brand on the left-hand side that is that, almost looks like Blythe's stomach, that scarification with a ruby. But instead of a ruby, they have an amethyst. And they start piling in. And what was in the back now comes to the front. More of them file in from the backhand side. One after another, fill the back wall of the arena. And then each one guards the exits, like so. And they don't say anything. They just file along the walls watching. Melissa makes her way over to the other Jotun, kind of shoulder nudges you and goes, I don't know about you, but the one on the right is mine.
I've got the one on the left. Looks like
She looks back to the rest.
See how the real Jotun fights.
She reaches down to her boot and pulls out an actual blade. instead of the wooden practice swords.
Are there no metal weapons anywhere in the arena?
Nope, this is a training day.
You
training with wooden swords because it was actually to blows. Now, with that said, I need everyone just to give me a D20 roll. Nothing special. I just need a D20 roll to see how well your training went today.
Oh, God.
My training went well.
Why are you rolling real dice?
Why not? Got an 8.
8, 19. Slurg, you're fine. 8, 7, both fail. You guys have both taken 3 points of damage during your training today. You click your token, you can change your damage on the token.
That's the red one, right?
You got it. From left to right, for those who are looking as he's clicking and doing this, left is their health, the middle is their defense, the right is their number for social combat, if that happens today, which is feasible. Jude, why'd you just kill yourself?
So, Eric, I want to clarify that if I have my boot knife, obviously I wouldn't have a wooden equivalent of that. I'm just packing a hidden shiv.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to take one of theirs.
Well, that's the game plan, all right. Well, they are carrying Gladius, or Gladii. So as they move in, the group sees a shadow and that creaking noise. As something is making its way from the northern passage. And that noise sounds all too familiar. As you see the overweight, bloated,
this one again.
Another one.
Same guy steps through, pushing the walls aside to make room for himself. In his hand, he's got one of those Knoll cubs again. You can see there's a manacle around its neck, and it's tied through a hook that goes through his collarbone, and he lets it go, and it drops, and it as it hangs there and claws and hangs on to him. And he looks around the place. He's like, "Where's Elvirax? He was supposed to meet me today." And from behind the wall, you hear Elvirax go, "I'm coming. I'm on my way. Just calm down. We've been training all day today." He's like, "Nope. You're late to the meeting today. You said you would be here, and you said you would be on time." He's like, "Hey, it's a delicate conversation. Just give me a moment." And there's a few rustlings from behind the wooden area as Alvarex and his wife steps out. The Dominus, or in this case, the Ludus owner of the Gladiatorium, and his wife. The owner is a dwarf. He's short. He's wearing like a brass-colored armor. He's got the plume on the top. Older in age, but as you all know, he's still way more than capable of fighting. As he makes his way out to the group, he kind of waves to everybody, saying, "I hope your training went good today." And Blythe grabs him by the back of his collar and turns him to face him. He's like, "You know the deal. Make it quick." Alvarex turns around and says, "I hate to tell you this, and I feel bad, and I will reimburse your money, but the academy is going to be closing for the unforeseeable future. We unfortunately don't have enough money to keep everything running, and our family owes a little bit of debt. I apologize in advance for this, and I hope all of you understand. We'll do our best to get you." And as he goes to finish the statement, Blythe picks him up. Says, "Are we passing the contract or not?" He's like, "The contract is yours. It's in your family's name, Blythe. It's in your family's name." He's like, "Good." And as you see him reach back with the man in his hand, he starts to throw him out into the arena. Now, I'll pause there. What does the group want to do? It's pretty obvious that harm is going to be coming.
I'm going to be preparing a spell.
All right. Preparing a spell.
Unless you want
Stealth.
to do
I
that.
thought that was stealth. I was like, I expected that from the goblin, but not from you. Oof. Disappear.
All right.
Great. Okay.
So you're going to stealth. Give me your stealth roll. It is daylight out. You have a bane.
You got me?
Yeah, whoever's stealthing. Someone said they're stealthing.
No, I'm preparing a spell.
Oh, you prepare a spell. Okay.
A spell.
So you're preparing a spell. Grum, what are you doing as you see the dwarf getting ready to get thrown out into the arena?
I am
Hafted from this oversized man.
about to do the same here, I think.
Throw yourself out of the
Throw
arena.
yourself into the arena.
No. What in the hell was that? God almighty.
Army surplus.
Son of a...
Roll on the military weapon. Somebody got a rare card right off the bat. An epic.
Ooh, what are we
God,
doing?
that was
Roll on the
loud.
military surplus.
Someone needs to set the sound alerts volumes and bring them down just a little in Streamloots. We'll work on that
I
later.
couldn't hear it.
Holy moly.
So we get one military weapon. All right, we can do that. Let me give a dice roll here. Continue with everybody else, and I will change one of these racks to a military rack.
Hoping for an M249. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what praying feels like,
Sure.
but it's hollow.
Fingers crossed for a grenade launcher.
No.
And that one was for Solvek
All
from
right.
from James Lewis.
All right. So looking to your left, Solvik, you can see an oversized bastard sword sitting in the rack just to your left.
Oh, nice.
Bastard swords do 2d6. It's two-handed, but you are large, so that's going to do even more damage. And it is cumbersome. Cumbersome means you have a bane to what you're doing to hit, but it does that extra damage instead.
It's even cumbersome for me. Size 2.
Nope, for you it is not. It's a regular old toothpick. I mean sword.
Regular toothpick. All right. Well, as soon as I spot that, Solvik will tosses his wooden sword down, and he starts just walking that way. I'm not even trying to hide it. He just starts walking that way.
All right.
Well, if it's going to be this kind of party.
All right, so that's what you are doing. You're going to make your way over. It is in this rack here.
Beware.
Slurg, what do you want to do? You're not going to push it.
When the Dominus's wife appears,
Mhm.
I blow her a kiss, but then I break my wooden long knife so that it has a sharp point.
All right. She's standing back behind Blythe, her head held low. She's never like that. She's super prideful. She loves the school. She is friends with everyone here. She's friends with all the staff.
Yeah, she is.
Not with you. And she does not look like she is accepting of what's about to happen. So that is what Slurg, you're breaking your wooden weapon. Is anybody else doing anything before the next action?
Just backing up. Just getting my back closer to a wall just to get my surroundings is all I was doing.
So as he's cocking back to throw him, he says, "In the name of Tiberius Claverus Ventur," says, "I announce the once gladiatorial school as purgatory." And he throws the man out. He throws him not just out in front, clear across the arena.
Jeez.
The man hits his back on the wall, and you hear a as he slides down the wall. His hands moving, but his legs dragging behind him. This man is who you've been training with for as long as you have been here. This guy has given you food, given you shelter. He's given you gold when you need it, silver, a place to rest when you're too drunk. He covers for you to any of your significant others. This guy is always here for you. His wife goes to move forward and climb down the arena, and Blythe grabs her and sweeps her up. He goes, "And since this is in the name of Ventor, you are all now slaves to purgatory. Myrmidons, cuff them and don't let a single leave." And he begins to exit out the back of the room.
We'll try.
Now, are we going into combat here? Or is the group looking to flee? How do we wish to do this? As you see manacles come out of the shielded hands. They had hidden behind their shields. And they hit sword against shield.
Damn. Gladiator
Uh,
ticket. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to begin to retreat directly back.
All right.
So,
So,
out of curiosity,
are we going
is
into
that
combat or are we going into fleeing? That is my question.
combat?
Combat it is.
Oh,
Draw this out.
whoa. Jotun does not answer for everyone.